would you say that right now is a good time overall to become a truck driver?
It doesn't work that way. Sometimes a company might need you and they'll bring you in within a week or two. If you can get in as a package car driver, well, I got a Class A license. Why do I want to do that? Don't put any information on a job application unless they ask you. You got to be honest on that application. But if I don't ask you or the company doesn't ask you, don't do it.
Let's talk about whether, in your opinion, whether now is a good time to become a truck driver, right? So, we're going to talk about the recent CDL changes that were made.
Okay.
There's a lot of drivers that there's drivers that feel that those recent changes are making it easier to become a truck driver, to get your CDL. I don't know how much experience or knowledge you have as far as the roadblocks to getting hired right now. Once you get your CDL, on my channel, I get a lot of comments from individuals. I would think that their mindset is, we hear that there's a truck driver shortage, so I'll get my CDL. And then people come in, and for whatever reason, probably for a variety of reasons, but there's people that come in and then they're like, no, I can't get hired. There's nobody hiring. I've heard some people say that, you should always be able to get a trucking job. It's just a matter of whether you're willing to do what the trucking companies that'll hire newbies want you to do or not. So I want you to just share a little bit of information as far as on that subject. Would you say that right now is a good time overall to become a truck driver, considering the barriers to entry, the regulations in trucking that are always changing and making it, more difficult and cumbersome, and the pay and the opportunity that's on the table right now amidst the current hiring climate right now in trucking? What's your opinion on some of those things?
Okay, so let's just start. One, many students, when I take them on field trips to different trucking companies, I sit on the bus, I drive a bus, take them to U.S. Express. And at the end of the orientation or the meetings that they give, I hear, I don't want to go here because there's no money. It's all about the money. And I turn around, stand up in front of the bus, all the students, that is not about the money. Your first year, when you're going to get a job, it is benefits. Is it a good fit for you? That first year, you need to put the time in. You cannot expect to get paid with a driver who's been there with that company for 3 or 4 years. You're not going to get the same pay. You got to earn it. So it's about benefits. So I can have students go to a state highway administration or a city local government and get a job. You're going to get less, but the benefits are probably better than most trucking companies going to offer. Okay, number two, is it a good time to get a job? You always can get a trucking job. But in 2024, a recession might be coming in. And that could add to problems, but there's still be jobs. You have to look for a company that's almost recession proof, something like food delivery industry. There always to be people have to eat. And once you get these jobs, you stay with the job. Because during a recession, you don't quit. You don't need that job. United Parcel Service. And my tip with United Parcel Service, if you can get in as a package car driver, well, I got a Class A license. Why do I want to do that? Because you want to get in because it's one of the best trucking jobs in the United States or in the world. You will become if you save your money, do it all right, you become very financially secure at that job. And then UPS, okay, you'll be times that you haven't driven a Class A truck for a while, and they will retrain you. That's a good way to get in. Now, UPS has been building leaps and bounds in the last few years, and they're hiring truckers right off the road. But if you're a CDL student, your best bet, my advice, get in on the ground level somewhere, either be a loader or a package car driver. And then once you get 3 or 4 years of seniority in, the bid list comes up, guys retire, and then you get in and you'll get trained. You already have your license, and then you can dovetail into the CDL driving program. They got great trainers there. It's a great company. Post office, city jobs, all that. There will be jobs there. Also, when you're in CDL school, don't go around there and finish the whole class, 6 weeks of training, and then all of a sudden I'm going to put in for a job. It doesn't work that way. Sometimes a company might need you and they'll bring you in within a week or two. Otherwise, you might be waiting a month or two before you get a job. I can't get a job. You need to start at least 2 weeks in on your classroom, or when you get on the range. You should be
don't wait until you graduate to start that process.
don't wait. I know you have some tips on your site, and I have it on my site too. I have you on my site with the 10. I think you had 10 tips about CDL schools and looking for jobs, etc. You have to start your search early. The company's going to do a background check on you. It takes time. And when the market gets tight, which we could be going into 2024, it's going to make it that much harder. No one's quitting and leaving jobs. Even the food industry, which has a big turnover because it's hard work, they're not going to leave your jobs. They realize what the situation is. But when the economy's going great and there's a ton of jobs out there, truck driving jobs, they building up, there'll be plenty of work to find. But now we're getting into a situation where you have to be careful. You have to start that search early.
Makes total sense.
Not only 1 or 2 job applications, maybe 3. Let them do the research. Now, if you have been to you had a felony on your something on your record, don't put any information on a job application unless they ask you. You got to be honest on that application. But if I don't ask you, or the company doesn't ask you, don't do it. If you have a felony and you have to look, there are jobs out there that you can get. You might have to go to maybe a lower paying job and find companies that will hire you, but don't offer information that's not asked. So we have a lawsuit with one company. They, on your question, it wasn't asking about, they wanted your doctor records or whatever. And it was a simple question. Do you sleep at night? Just like I go to my doctor for a DOT physical. Do you snore? No. I might snore, but I'm going to put, so no. How do I know? No. Do you have back pain? No. Well, this guy put down he had back pain. They sent him for a DOT physical. He passed his DOT physical. Everything was good. And then he's ready to report to work. And they looked at that job application. Back pain. Well, they let him go. They said, sorry, you have back pain. We don't want you. Naturally, he was good. He got a lawyer and sued him. So he has a pretty good lawsuit against him. And so the company made a mistake. They already hired him. And then he found out and the company figured they discriminating against this guy. They say he's fit. He wanted to pass his DOT physical and everything else, but don't give information that's not required.
Makes sense.
Don't overdo it. But yes, it's always a good time to this country runs on transportation and movement of merchandise. We are service-oriented country. So there'll always be a need for truck drivers. You have to be smart how you want to do it. Find the right fit for you. If you are not young and you don't have the ability to do food delivery, which will always usually be jobs out there in the food delivery industry, that might not be the right fit. Don't go to a company that's a bad fit for you. So you got to do your research, ask questions, but get that application in early. If you want to wait, you will pay the price. You might have to wait a month or 2. You might have to relocate. That might be an option too, to relocate to another area. It's your family. You have to do what's right for your family. And also finding a job, your family comes into the play too. They are part of this process. And and only thing else I can say is when you go to CDL school, if you want a local job, you're going to almost get paid the same too. If you work hard at your CDL school, master it, and don't goof off, have a good attitude, that's your opportunity to get a local job. So that's basically it. Yes, it's always a good time
To get a
always
CDL
good
to
trucking
become a truck
jobs out
driver.
there. You have to
Gotcha.
play the game right. In all my videos, I usually talk about this stuff. A lot of things, if I leave it out on this interview here or our conversation, just go to my YouTube channel and somewhere on there, click on videos, and you'll find. In fact, you'll be on there. I will be on there, and we'll be talking about this.
I'll make sure that I drop a link to your YouTube channel in the description of this video right here.